So let's look at quickly making a flow chart. Nothing fancy, no special symbols or nothing like that, but a flow chart that actually describes what we want to be able to create inside of a simple application or simple game. So let's say we were going to make a part of our game into a flow chart, like adding and subtracting some coins or something like that, or checking the player's health. We first want to go ahead and create our start. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab this here. I'm going to go ahead and type start inside of there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add myself an arrow connected to this. But before I add that arrow, let me center this. I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit more rounded since this is my start. And I'm going to hit Control D, drag this down, and make this one a little more rectangular. And then I'm going to say something that I want to do. So I'm going to prompt the user to go ahead and play, and then I am going to go down here and add myself let me do something like this right here. And this represents a question. So like I said, we're not going to go through a whole bunch. We just want the bare minimum here. And what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to say press, oops. So, and I don't even have to do that. I can just say so this is a question, whether they press the add button or not, and then I'm going to duplicate like this, bring this over here. I can put this down here. So this will be if they did press it. Add coins to view or text box. So if they didn't press it, I'm going to go back to the start. So let me go ahead and add some arrows. So I'm going to go up here and just start dragging these arrows to the points. So I select the rectangle. I select the arrow, I put it right on the point that I want, and I go ahead and drag it till it snaps to the other point. I'm going to nudge this over here with the keyboard, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing over here, right to that point and to this point. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag, I'm going to select this one here, I'm going to select this point right here, and I'm going to pull it all the way over like this until it snaps to that point. So we have ourselves a simple flow chart. Okay, so now I'm going to take this flow chart and I'm going to go now create my interface. So I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to remove all of this and let me create my interface. So now I'm going to have myself a button over here, and it's going to say add coins, and I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to say subtract coins, and then I'm going to have the text box here, and it's going to say, I'm just put some numbers in here just so it can represent coins. And then I'm going to have myself a button down here that says play. So here's what I want to produce. Okay, so let me go ahead and make an interface here. And obviously you want yours to be a lot better than this. I'm just doing this so you can get the idea. I'm going to arrange this and bring this to the back, send to the back. And then I'm going to change these right here. So I'm going to want the styles on this to be a bit different. Maybe something like that. And this one's going to be maybe something like that, just so you can see a difference in these two. And so my screen is going to be, you know, pretty narrow. So I have my flow chart. I have my interface here. And so I could take this and add a simple prototype to this, meaning first I'm going to do this, and if I were to run this presentation, I have like a prototype happening here. So if I click on this, then this changes here. And I don't want to get into VBA with this, however, so I'm going to fake it. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. I'm going to go here to the, so I'm clicking on this, this slide down here, the third slide. And then what I'm going to do is in this third slide, I'm going to do this. And this one right here, I don't really want to work. I'm just testing the add button. So from here, when I select this add button, I wanted to go to this slide and then hit the 1. So what I do is I go to the second slide, select the add button, and now I'm going to right click on that. And then from there, I'm going to go all the way down here to link. And I'm going to click on this link button. Once I'm in the link button, I want to go over here to the left-hand side and go to place in this document. And then I'm going to go to the final slide, and then I'm going to click OK. So now if I were to run my application, what you'll see is I have my flowchart, and then I have this one right here. You notice how the finger goes right up over that add coins. I click on that add coins, and my interface is showing that it's working in a way. And so that kind of gives the user or the person who's going to develop my interface some idea of how it works. I can completely make the entire interface work in Visual Studio and in PowerPoint and inside of Visual Blend exactly the same. It's all depending on what your intent is. Really, we just want to give the person we're going to be giving this to an idea of how the interface is going to work. Also, we want ourselves to have an idea of how the interface is going to work if we're designing it also. So all of this right here goes into our game development document, and now we're ready to move on. So I'll see you guys in the next video. What we're going to do is we're not going into Visual Studio. We're going into Visual Blend, because Visual Blend is designed to be able to create user interface. Visual Studio is designed for coding specifically. Although it has interface development tools, it does not give you the in-depth control that Visual Blend gives you, nor does it have animation properties and all the other, events and procedures and stuff that's automatically input inside of Blend. So I'll see you guys in the next video.